everybody, Bart here, Bart's Wood Shop. Welcome back. I appreciate you guys coming back, checking me out again. I know it's been a long time since I posted anything. I've had some computer problems. I wasn't able to edit software and get it uploaded and whatnot. I've been working on this old MacBook Pro that I bought probably in 2007 or 2008. And it finally gave up on me. And, you know, it's had a heck of a run, so I can't complain about it. But I got a new computer now. Got new editing software. I've got a new intro. Probably noticed that on your way in here. But I'm back. So today I'm going to work on a project that a customer had requested for me. She wants me to build a wall-hanging teacup display. She's got some beautiful old teacups that she wants to show off and look at. And she needs a place to put them. And she gave me some drawings and some rough ideas of what she wants. And I'm going to put something together for her. So stay tuned. And we're going to get started on that project. Again, thanks for stopping by. And let's go. Okay, so she wants the shelf to be 20 inches wide. I've already cut up the top piece at 20 inches. But what's going to happen is we're going to put a crown molding on this to kind of dress up the top of the shelf a little bit. And the crown molding is going to give me an inch overhang. So I'm going to make the bottom shelf even with the end of the crown molding. So I need to add 2 more inches. So we're going to mark the bottom shelf at 22 inches. And of course I broke my pencil tip. So 20 inches is our overall length, plus the crown molding on the left and on the right gives me 22 inches. So we're going to mark our 22 inches there for our bottom piece. Get our square. Mark our 22 inches. And once we get this cut, we'll have our basic structure together. So let's go. Okay, so now this is our 20-inch top piece that's going to get our molding. And that's literally going to sit on top of the sides. So I need to cut a rabbet along here to sit on top of the sideboards to make our total of 20 inches. Alright, so here we are at the table saw. I decided to go with the dado stack. I didn't like the way the router was cutting. I think I need a new router bit that was just beat up and old. And it was just giving me a ragged edge, and I don't like a ragged. So I set up the dado here, and I got my board here, and we are going to cut the rest of the dados here on the table saw. First dado cut in the base piece, and a little bit of persuasion, that should fit in there perfect, and it does. So alright, 3 dados cut. Gonna go over the other side. Alright, now that all my dados are cut, it's time to cut the shelves. I'm using my cross-cut sled here. I could have used the radial arm saw, but I stacked some stuff on that bench, so I'm using my cross-cut sled with my little stop block. And that'll give me my distance that I need. And we're going to get these couple shelves cut. As soon as I find the on switch, there it is. Alright, I got my 2 shelves cut, but I need 3. That little miscut I made before made me short one shelf. So I'm going to have to get another piece of wood and make a third shelf. So we'll be back. Alright, so we got a 1-inch overhang on the left and the right of the bottom piece. So now we need a 1-inch overhang for the front. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add a 1-inch strip to the front of that board so that we have an even 1 inch all the way around. Alright, so now we're going to attach this piece to the front of the bottom. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we're going to glue this strip to the front of here so that we have an even 1 inch all the way around. We're going to run a nice bead of glue. Right down the end there. And of course my usual handy dandy spreading tool. Want to get a good thick layer on there. I don't want to leave anything unglued. Making sure the glue coats it evenly. Okay, we're going to put that on there. Feels alright. Alrighty, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, now that we are waiting on that glue to dry, it's a good time for me to start sanding. I got my side pieces. There's some little pieces here need to be sanded and cleaned up a bit. Pencil marks on the outside. So I'm going to use this time to get some sanding done. It's feeling pretty smooth. All my pencil marks are gone. All those dings are gone. I'm just going to continue sanding all the rest of the pieces. Okay, so the next step we're at is the router table. I got a V-bit in there because what she wants to do is, because it's going to hold up teacups in the front, the saucers are going to stand up in the back. So I need to cut a groove for those saucers to sit in so that they don't slide. So what I'm going to do is, I got my fence already set up to the distance that I want, and I'm going to run a groove through every one of these 3 shelves. Alright, so now I've got a nice even V right here in the back of the shelf for the plates to sit in. And I'm going to do this on the other 2 boards for the shelves. I got my grooves cut, a little bit of sandpaper. We're going to clean them up, and the shelves are looking pretty good. Okay, now I got my front piece glued on. Got it all sanded nice and smooth. Can't even see the transition between the two, which is what I was looking for. Got the groove cut here in the back. I got my rabbets cut for where we're going to put our uprights in. The next thing I want to do is I want to pretty up the bottom of this a little bit. I want to put a Roman ogee on it. And just to give it a little, so it's just not so square. It's just going to kind of round it off and put a little edge on it. So I got the router table set up, and we're going to do that next. I got my nice little edge there. It obviously needs some sandpaper to clean up a little bit, but just so the end isn't just so square and whatnot. So let me clean it up and we'll show you what it looks like. Alright, I got my bottom shelf ogee all the way put on there. You can see, I'm not sure how well you can see in the camera, but it's just a little profile on the edge just so it's not so square. And that's only going to go on the bottom because we have a different trim that's going to go on the top. So now we have all the bits and pieces here. It's time to start building this thing. I'm going to assemble it using my brad gun. This way I won't have to use clamps. The nails aren't really going to add structure to it. The main structure is going to be the glue. But the nails are going to hold it in place while the glue sets. So we shall start by putting some glue here in the track. And I want to make sure I get it all the way in there, all up on the sides and whatnot. A little bit more over here. Now, like I said, those two little brads I put in there, they're not going to hold much. The glue is going to be what's really going to hold this thing together. So, the next thing I need to do is the other upright. So now, I got my bottom. We can move on with our shelves. And like I said, the shelves aren't as critical, but I still want them to be in there pretty solid. Slide the first shelf in. Too far. Oh, I got drippies. Lots of drippies. Okay, after messing with it a little bit, I finally got my angles just right. I hate cutting crown. It's like the biggest pain for me. A lot of people don't have problems with it. I don't know. I got some kind of mental block against crown molding. But I got it right this time. And I only wasted one little piece. It wasn't bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the nail gun. I loaded it up with... So the battery died on my camera, and I lost the footage of me installing the crown. Okay, so I finally got this crown molding on there. Man, it was a bear trying to get it all lined up. I felt like I needed two hands to hold it straight and a third to nail it. But I got it up there finally. It doesn't look too bad. I started filling in all the little nail holes and any kind of little gaps that I didn't like. And I don't like wood filler, just my personal preference. I've always had a hard time with it. I use caulk, like bathroom caulk. It's window caulk and windows and doors, because it's paintable, it's sandable, and it dries good and hard. And I just dab a little on my finger. I cover up the nail holes, and then I take a little paper towel and I wipe the excess away. And when I paint that, you'll never see it. It's just my personal way of doing things. Just because me and wood filler just don't get along. Alright, so I sanded it all down. I used a tack cloth and I wiped all the sawdust off. It's looking pretty smooth. And she is ready for some paint. So I got my little can of paint out. And I had a paintbrush in my hand about 4 seconds ago. Where did I lay that? Oh, right here. On the other side. So, nothing too crazy. We're just going to kind of lay some paint on this guy. Get it off to the side so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, here it is, the finished project. The teacup stand is completed. I got my last coats of paint on it. I ended up using the sprayer for the final coats. Came out a little more evenly and nicely. I'm pretty happy with the project. It came out good. The little grooves to set your stands up, hanging on the wall. I think she's going to be happy with it. I appreciate you joining me today. Don't forget, hit that like button. Click that subscribe button. This way you get to see any kind of new videos that I'm coming up with. I got a couple more projects in the works. Some things a little different, some things not so different. But hopefully pretty soon I'll be getting a good supply of videos coming your way. So please, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And it's going to help you see all of my cool videos. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.